I'm here with the Humanist Society. Humanists, and they say there is no God, no afterlife. Value the one life we have.
And if you go around the other side, there's another interesting one around the corner as well.
Oh, thank you. I will. So, I disagree, but I respect their free speech, and I think it's quite bloody right that we have many opposing viewpoints, because that is how we have a healthy democracy.
You like the other one around the corner?
Let's see what it says on the other one around the corner. Regular viewers will know that I filmed these people before. British social attitudes. Yeah, well, can I please ask you a question? Oh, I'll get into the hot seat. Can I please ask you a question for my channel?
Oh yes, who's your channel?
Just me, Charlie Veitch, yeah.
Charlie channel.
Yeah, Charlie's channel. Okay. I have no problem with valuing the one life we have and not needing a deity and not basing our morality on some abstract concept like God. But would you agree that in the West, since we became more atheistic, we've also said that women can have penises and we're letting children take medication to change their gender?
I would profoundly disagree with that statement.
Go on.
What we have is we have a much more liberal and tolerant society.
Yes.
It's true that there is a discussion going on about trans issues.
Yeah.
But if you think back to maybe you have heard of Alan Turing.
Yes, of course, the Enigma codebreaker.
And his appalling treatment by the state, this country,
yes,
simply because he was gay.
Yes.
You probably heard of.
Oh no, but just to jump in, I love gay people. Gay people are.
What I'm saying is there's been a general move towards liberalisation, even during the 20th century with 2 world wars.
Yes.
We were still moving towards peaceful resolutions. That's not to say we're there yet.
Yes.
But if you think about things like national health services, for example,
yes,
you can go anywhere in the world, any country, pretty much any country, and if you're ill, you will be treated. And a health service is a device which restricts natural selection.
Okay.
Whereas in the wild, without the knowledge, without the intelligence,
yes,
without the evidence, you
yes,
and I would just die. So we're moving in a very good direction.
I understand, but sorry, just to jump in to keep the conversation flowing.
Go.
Okay, so are you a father?
Absolutely, I am. Yes.
Okay, that's good. So hypothetically, let's imagine you have young children.
I have a daughter.
Okay. Let's imagine your daughter is, say, 7 years old. Would you rather people converted her to the opposite gender or to Christianity?
So.
If you had to choose.
How are you using the word gender and how are you using the word sex? Are you using them to mean the same thing?
No. Yes, I am. So. What would you rather then? People converted your daughter to Christianity or converted your daughter to taking sex-altering hormones and so that she would identify as a man?
So you. First things first, the biology.
Yes.
You cannot change your sex.
Correct.
Even though a male may feel in their brains that they wish to live their lives as a female.
Yeah.
That's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
And also the reverse. Okay.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But you actually can't change the chromosome.
No, I agree with you. But the question, which would you rather? Which is the lesser of two evils? Someone converting your child to Christianity or converting your child's gender presentation?
Why do you think my daughter would even allow herself to undergo treatment if she wasn't already feeling that way?
Oh, no, this is a hypothetical, slightly rhetorical question.
Exactly what you're doing. It's a very poor argument. It's either A or B.
Okay, well, let me answer. I would much rather my daughter was converted to Christianity than to take hormones and attempt to change her gender presentation.
All right, but let's...
And you wouldn't?
Let's look at that then.
Okay.
So Christianity is based upon, as is the Abrahamic religions per se,
yes,
they're based upon a gigantic lie that there exists...
Or a myth. A lie might be a bit condescending. A myth.
There exists an imaginary supernatural entity. We're now in the 21st century.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
There's no evidence for the supernatural.
Hold on.
There's no evidence for the
Scientists proved last year that matter is non-local.
What?
Physicists proved they won the Nobel Prize last year for physics,
yes,
for proving that the universe is non-local.
Which means what?
It means that what we consider, say, 1 light year, that takes light one year to travel that distance.
And
If you have one particle that you start spinning in the same way that you have a particle here, it could be 20 light years away, but it will instantly change its rotation the moment. And that means that you say that there's an imaginary sky god.
That changing the spin
Yes.
is evidence for God.
No, sir. I'm using
what
it.
I'm saying.
I'm using it as the foundation that you are saying that there's an imaginary sky daddy, or to paraphrase you.
Yes.
But,
I would be content.
oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But scientists are kind of getting close to proving that all that exists is subjective experience in the imagination.
No, they're not. Where did you read that? Come on.
No, I'm coming up with I'm a grown man like you are. I'm just coming up with theories.
Where did you read that?
No, I rationalized it in my brain
How have you rationalized it?
using my faculties of reason.
Yeah, but how have you
I don't know. The neurons fired, and maybe I'm an avatar of God. I don't know. Who knows?
Are neurons real? Are they made from material?
Yes, but what if... but neurons are material, but I am denouncing the statement that reality is material. What if
Really?
what we call material is a... wait, hold on, let me finish.
So where is your evidence for the immaterial?
Okay, give me 30 seconds now.
Go.
Thank you. I am disputing that the universe is material because what we call
I know
neuron...
that.
Wait, don't talk for
I'm
30
asking for
seconds.
your evidence.
Please don't talk for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
I won't talk for 30 seconds, guy.
Okay, what if what we call electrical firings, neurons, are merely the correlate of what is maybe a subjective mind thing in the 3D physical world? So if I was to open your brain and have a look, of course in my subjective experience I would see neurons and brain firings and electrical signals, but I'm still only experiencing those electrical signals in my subjective experience. There may not be a world outside of subjective mental experience, and so for you to deny that God exists is almost like denying the self.
Right, okay. So you've used two phrases there. You've used the word subjective.
Yes.
And you've used the word material.
Yes.
And you're comparing the two.
No, I'm saying what if material is just an imaginary correlate of subjective mind? Yeah.
Listen. It is a point of view, and you're saying, what if?
Yes.
The only thing I'm asking you for is evidence for the what if. If you don't have evidence for the immaterial,
Yes.
and you don't have evidence for the supernatural, from my perspective, they do not exist.
Okay, I'll give you my evidence for the what if, as you've very politely engaged me in conversation. The very fact that I'm here, sat in front of you asking what if is evidence for the what if. How could... So I think the
material.
Well, I appear material to you because we're using the word material that we use.
You are material.
Well, I don't think that's definite.
Have you heard of nucleosynthesis?
Would you like a coffee?
I would love a coffee, sir.
You want an Americano?
A white coffee with one sugar?
Wait.
No, thanks, no.
Anyway, the humanists are giving me coffee. I like the humanists now. No, but that's very
We're
kind
gonna
of
bribe you. Soon you will be a humanist. No, go on.
Okay. This is great fun. But
Bribery and corruption.
Yes.
but the reason why I keep saying what if is that I don't have the certainty
I
that...
don't mind you saying what if. I'm very happy for you to say what if.
Yes.
The only thing I'm saying to you is that at the moment, in this 21st century, there is no evidence for the immaterial, nor any for the supernatural. And furthermore, there could never be any evidence for the supernatural or the immaterial, simply because even if it existed, our human bodies would be unable to locate it.
Oh, that's fine.
There is no way we could discover the immaterial.
But my issue is, I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but even atheists and humanists like yourself believe in supernatural miracles.
No, we don't.
For example, the Big Bang. The Big Bang. The Big Bang's your miracle.
Why is it a miracle?
Because it exists outside of time and science and physical measurement. So it's like you're supernatural.
No. When the Big Bang occurred...
It didn't occur in the when. It preceded when.
That was the instant that space and time appeared in this universe. For all we know, we don't know this for certain.
Yeah.
There may be multiverse.
And also reality may be infinite.
We don't know.
It may be infinite reality.
But we don't know.
We don't know. No. So there's our what ifs. You're agreeing with me on the what ifs?
I have agreed with you on the what ifs.
Yes.
What I disagree with you is your belief that somehow the what ifs are real. So in order to convince somebody like me, you would have to provide evidence for, if
Okay.
you like, God or
Yeah. All right.
whatever. And I'm very happy for you to do that, but
Yeah.
at the moment you can't do it, and I know you can't do it.
No, I can't. I'll admit to you, I can't. I'm not. But how? Okay, here's another one.
Go on. What's your name, by the way?
Charlie.
David, please.
Thanks for meeting David. I really appreciate this. I've got a YouTube channel. I'll show you afterwards.
Oh, good, okay.
So if you want to watch this conversation.
Okay, cool.
But do we agree that sentience exists? Consciousness?
Yes.
So you are self-aware?
Yes.
You're aware that you exist and that you have a personal viewpoint?
Yes.
How do atoms which are not self-aware arrange in such in a way that makes you self-aware?
Okay, so let's take Charlie. Lovely, handsome Charlie here with a beard.
Thank you.
And a pebble.
Yes.
The chemical elements found in the pebble
Yes.
and in Charlie, some of them will be the same.
Yeah, there's only a set number of periodic elements.
There is but the pebble is, we can agree, I'm sure, not alive.
No,
Okay.
I agree.
And that's because the pebble is not manufactured from self-replicating molecules like
Yeah.
RNA and DNA.
Yeah.
As soon as we had self-replicating molecules,
Yes.
then we were bound to get sex, and we were bound to evolve, because that's a naturally occurring thing.
Yeah.
Darwin showed back in 1859 that
Yeah.
God wasn't needed for humans to exist. Although he wasn't aware of genes,
Yeah.
he knew there was something that was transferred from
Yeah.
generation to generation.
No, but Dawkins, to me, he's almost like a mechanic that stumbles across a very advanced engine, and he's like, wow, I can predict how the engine works, I can predict how the pistons work, I've got a relatively good understanding of the engine overall. Yeah, hello, I'll say hello, but I'm in the middle of an interview. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Thank you. So where was I?
William Paley argument, isn't it?
Well, but it doesn't say
He
anything.
went out and found a watch, he said, and therefore he knew that the watch had been manufactured. Okay, but we both know that William Paley knew watches were manufactured by human beings.
Yes.
He already knew the answer beforehand.
Yes.
So it's not a fair comparison.
Okay, well, everything that we manufacture as human beings, apart from our babies, falls foul of the forces of entropy.
Ah, yes, no, right. So yes, the whole universe is heading towards increasing entropy
Yes, I agree.
and increasing chaos.
Except in living creatures.
Ah, well, right. So if we take the journey of entropy going that way,
Yeah.
okay. In between there are little coils, and they come together, and they're called life, and that life exists for humans, 60 years, and then eventually it decays and dies, and it comes back into entropy itself.
Yeah.
So we are still progressing towards chaos. The fact that we're in existence, apparently in contradiction to the laws of entropy, is in fact not a contradiction, because once you've evolved self-replicating molecules, then you're going to get life, plants, dinosaurs, the whole works, cats and dogs.
Okay, I just want to...
Does God accept cats and dogs into heaven?
Well, I don't agree with a 2,000-year-old heaven.
Okay, just
I don't.
all right,
Yeah. Okay, but I want to say,
go on, Charlie.
I think we should wrap this up. But what's your first name again?
David.
David, you're a nice, smiling gentleman with a white beard and blue eyes. You are perhaps an avatar of God playing hide and seek with me, pretending that you don't exist.
Which means what?
That's just nice words to end the conversation.
You have no idea what they meant, did you?
No, I do. Okay. I know you'll disagree with me, but I'll give you the politeness of explaining my last point.
Guy, have you ordered the coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I've got a coffee for me and the coffee for you.
Thank you, sir. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Okay, so everyone's an avatar of God.
Now you remember. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it.
So is this a machine that actually records?
It's a video recorder, yeah. So I'm just checking it, make sure it's still going.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so I'll show you my channel, but...
Technology. And all of that made of material.
Yeah, oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you just put the sugar in there, thank you. Oh, it's okay. I'll put it on the ground. I'll take care of them. Thank you, sir. Well, I'm going to stop filming for 1 second. Think of a good answer for your last question, and I'll start filming again. Okay, I'm back with David. He asked me, what kind of question is me asking him? I said, what if every single person is merely the latest avatar of God, sprouting from the ether. Now, the reason why I ask that, every single religion on earth, even the ones that never had any contact with one another.
Always a pleasure.
Hello, sir. I'm just in the middle of an interview. Let me just finish this one up and I'll chat to you.
He's a handsome man, isn't he?
Oh, thank you. I've got one, thank you.
Okay, Charlie.
I've got
All
one.
men with beards are handsome.
Look at this handsome guy with a beard.
Come on, Charlie.
Go on, thank you. Thank you, mate. I'll chat to you in a sec. So every single religion says fundamentally the same thing. Be loving, be kind, be gentle, be merciful, be tolerant, and blah, blah, blah.
Well, that's a part of it.
A part of
but
it.
But when you read the holy books, so-called holy books, that is not what's contained within the holy books.
You mean the Judeo-Christian, Abrahamic?
Yeah, the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the really appalling books on how humans should live their lives.
Well, they have elements of appallingness, which is why I don't go into dogmatism. And I see the Bibles as more philosophical works of art rather than...
Supposing you were, Homo sapiens has been around for around 200,000 years. And supposing you were 50,000 years, you had a partner and you had a baby 50,000 years ago, and you had experienced earthquakes, volcanoes, lightning strikes, floods, etc., etc., shooting stars, and then your baby dies, and you don't know what death is, but you know that there might be mythical creatures who created the earthquakes, the shooting stars, and all the rest of it. Therefore, in another plane, maybe your child might come back to life. Wouldn't that give you some comfort? Now, in the 21st century, we know that you're just dead. And I find that a comforting and real thought that you, Charlie, and I can have this wonderful conversation, having made it into life. Imagine all our unborn brothers and sisters who will now never see the light of day because those eggs and those sperms have gone. And here we are, Charlie, having the most wonderful conversation. Isn't that wonderful? Seriously.
It is wonderful. And maybe, ultimately, the existence or non-existence of a deity isn't the point. Maybe there's a deeper, more gentle humanity between us that is nothing to do with whether a God exists.
I don't like the word race. Because although I understand why we use it, we say Jewish race or Palestinian race or English race, I understand why we demarcate to do that. But actually, every single person in the entire world, living and dead, is a member of a single species called Homo sapiens. All the other species are extinct: Neanderthals, Erectus,
Homo habilis,
exactly. So,
okay, David, the camera ran out of battery. I've made a bit more space. You were saying that we're all the same species, which is Homo sapiens, and I was about to say, hold on a second. Southeast Asians have up to 4% Denisovan, Europeans have up to 4% Neanderthalis, and Sub-Saharan Africans have up to 19% archaic Homo erectus admixture. They don't know quite which ghost population it was. But I don't think that me jumping in with those details actually is derailing your point of what you were trying to say, is it?
You're right.
Go on.
No, it's not. We are all Homo sapiens.
We're all homos of some sort.
Probably half the world's population can't digest lactose, which is found in milk.
Yes.
And part of the reason for that is, of course, that parts of the world produced herds which produced milk, and over time they were able to digest milk,
get used to it,
as an evolutionary product. But there are probably about half the world can't do that now.
Yeah.
So it's all about the material. There's nothing about the supernatural or the immaterial.
Yeah.
Imagine being the person, Charlie, who discovered the immaterial or the supernatural.
Yeah.
You could eat out free every day. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. But then I to kind of get a bit more I get more fantastic about this then. Sometimes I worry that we're all just avatars of God, and the reason why life is hard and challenging is that we're having a bit of a kind of theatrical stage play. We're all actors on the stage. We're all avatars of one true consciousness, which is God, and we're all having dramas and human entanglements and arguments and wars and love affairs and babies. So the good matches the bad. I mean, I don't think it's a negative world. It's as good as it is negative. There is beauty, there is truth, there is love. And I worry, David, that if we abandon God completely, in the way that Friedrich Nietzsche in 1850 worried that we're going to kill God and it's going to lead to communism and nihilism and people saying that women can have penises, don't you think that maybe
Who
God is...
says that women can have penises? That's clearly a biological nonsense.
Okay, we both agree on that.
And an exaggeration on your part.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Go on.
And it's a cheap shot. Now, come along now.
Go on then.
Well, sex is binary.
Yes.
And there's only male and female.
Yes, correct.
But it's true that humans, for example, just take humans, we can be along the male to female spectrum.
Yeah.
We can get feminine males and we can get masculine women. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just perfectly normal. But in order to change your chromosomes and the XY and you can't just add on a penis to a female and claim she's male. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody does that. So I rather suspect that you know this, so it's a cheap clickbait on your part, my friend.
All right, I sit corrected.
I'm so evil, aren't I?
What I'll do is I'm going to withdraw my women having penises argument.
Okay, that's
officially.
good.
I'll ask the
good.
shorthander, strike it off. But I just want to end and say... Oh God, I've lost my train of thought now. The whole women having penises created a kind of monster in my brain that has thrown out my rational debate. But would you at least conclude then that the idea of God, the concept of God, is maybe biologically and evolutionarily very useful? And my evidence for that is religious people are more fertile and have more offspring.
I think it's perfectly true that we are still tribal animals. We're learning not to be tribal. But back in the day when there was no state and no country and all that sort of thing, okay, it was an advantage for us to live in tribes.
Yes.
Safety.
Yes.
So from that stems, I think, today's xenophobia.
Okay.
So if you've got a tribe of 30 people, 40 people, and two strangers come in, you ask yourself some very basic questions. Do those people mean us any harm?
Friend or foe?
Friend or foe, okay. And that's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
The danger is that in the 21st century, we just use xenophobia to label people who are fleeing persecution, for example.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't do that. We're now beyond that, I think. We should move on.
Okay,
We're
so
Homo sapiens.
So could you please outline to me, if not God, what are your three favorite concepts, ideas, abstractions in the whole world or your personal life that you follow? Three ideas. Do you have any three ideas, or even one idea? But give me three, because it's more dramatic.
I believe in evidence.
Yeah.
Okay. And a good scientist changes his or her mind when the evidence changes.
I agree.
And I think, back in the day, a couple of 100 years ago, people genuinely believed that life, that flies emerged from horse shit.
It wasn't Aristotle or Socrates said
manure.
that, yeah.
Yes. Because there was the horse shit, and next morning there were the flies, and therefore the horse shit gave birth. Of course, we know that's now not. So evidence changes. People change their minds. That's why the search for evidence is so important. I'm not suggesting we spend our whole working day going, I wonder what the evidence is for that. We're human. We just live our lives as human beings. But basically, fundamentally, evidence is the most important thing that 21st and 22nd century humanists can achieve and aim for.
So evidence is like related to truth, and truth being the most important thing.
Yes.
So you like truth? That would be one of your abstract concepts.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Could you give me a second one?
I see you want three. Okay, so I am delighted to be here because I respect that I'm here purely by chance, and that I have probably millions of unborn brothers and sisters who will now never see the light of day.
So I'm sensing gratitude and humility.
You could term it like that.
Yeah.
Reality is an important word for me.
Reality.
Reality based upon evidence.
Yeah. And could you go to a third one? Maybe a soft, squidgy third one?
I'm very delighted to be alive,
Yeah.
as are you.
Yes.
And we're having this wonderful conversation.
I agree.
And we're both here by chance, which I think is wonderful.
Yeah. Well, David, I just want to say it sounded a lot like your three abstractions were truth, beauty, and love. And I just want to say thank you very much. Shake your hand on camera.
Thank you so much.
And I appreciate it.
Nice to talk to you.
You too.
Have a good day.
You too.